Hello everyone and welcome on this garden stage with us for this pitch session around a very interesting topic, which is cities. Sorry, with the mic it's complicated. Urbanization profoundly impacts the Earth system with huge causes like habitat loss, deforestation, and it also impacts the interaction between species and also unbalance the water cycle. That's why we really need change, and we really need change now. Don't you agree? Yeah. So that's why we're going to discover a few projects that are tackling this issue. And it's also thanks to our partner from Saint-Gobain, Bas Makara. Let's introduce this topic. What do you think? Ça va venir. Oui, mais ils te l'ont coupé juste un moment.
C'est bon? Hello to all. It's working. Okay. Hello to all. My name is Basma Karat. I'm in charge of Nova by Saint-Gobain, which is the corporate venture and open innovation team of Saint-Gobain. Our main mission is to connect our businesses with the startup ecosystem to build impactful collaborations and investments. In today's world, where the climate emergency is challenged more than ever, remaining committed to a more sustainable world is a must-do for all. And the building industry, that is responsible for 40% of CO2 emissions worldwide, 40% of solid waste, and 50% of the use of natural resources like gypsum and sand, has a major role to play. And this is what we at Saint-Gobain are committed to do. Saint-Gobain is the largest supplier of building materials in many regions of the world. We design, manufacture, and distribute building materials like glass, gypsum, mortars, insulation, as well as high-performance materials for the decarbonization of the industry. Our group commitment is guided by our purpose, making the world a better home. And it takes different forms. We are actively working to reduce the CO2 footprint of our products and to use more recycled content. And we launched, for example, the first plasterboard using 100% of recycled gypsum, and the first low-carbon glass using 64% of recycled glass. We're working also to reduce the CO2 emissions of our customers. And for example, our additives and admixtures help reduce the CO2 emissions of cement by up to 40%. Saint-Gobain will be celebrating its 360th anniversary this year. And we are all so proud to be part of a big group that managed to remain agile and to keep adapting to a changing world. And the activity that represents of corporate venture is a clear example of its openness to external innovation. A few words about us. We are a multicultural team of 15 people in different regions of the world. We are connected to the startup ecosystem worldwide, and we select the most promising ones and connect them with our businesses. Over the years, we facilitated hundreds of collaborations. We invested in more than 60 companies. So don't hesitate to stop by at the Saint-Gobain booth in the cities area, where we have 3 very promising startups with us operating for more sustainable worlds. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bas Makara. And you will be part of our dear jury. Thank you for being here to discover our project, for challenging them, for supporting them. And we'd like to know who you are. So the mic is over there. You will have approximately 20 seconds each. Who are you?
Yeah.
Yes, if you want.
Hello, my name is Rano Pley. I work for Borsky Fund. We are a 50 million venture capital fund based in Amsterdam, and we invest in founding firms. We focus on tech companies in the health and climate sector, looking for seed to Series A stage.
Thank you for being here.
Hello, my name is Pierre-Louis. I'm a founder at Purple Shares. So we buy out small and medium-sized companies, and then we sell out 80% of the shares to all our employees. I'm also a business angel, and in a past life, I was a professional investor.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Milusine. I am an investor at NGOs, which is a Berlin-based climate tech fund that focuses on early stage. We invest in the energy transition and the carbon economy mostly.
Hey everyone, my name is Jonas. I'm part of CENT. It's the Social Entrepreneurship Network Germany. We're a non-profit member organization representing around 800 social entrepreneurs and impact-driven businesses across Germany. Our mission is to create, in general, the conditions for social entrepreneurs to thrive and grow their impact by policy advocacy to ecosystem support. And one way we do this is through Social Economy Berlin, a project that I lead. It's a support hub for social entrepreneurs in Berlin, giving guidance, connection, and overall strengthening the social economy in Berlin. Happy to be part of this jury and looking forward to the pitches.
Yay. And last one.
Hello everyone, I'm Liang. I'm from the I'm from Mission of Taiwan in Paris. I'm in charge of startups and the partnership between Taiwanese entrepreneurs and French and European entrepreneurs. If you are interested in exploring Taiwan market, please contact me and I will help you to develop your partnership with Taiwanese partner. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing, and keep the mic, because now it's time to discover the first 5 projects. Are you ready? Yeah, are you ready in the audience? So, we'll begin with Adept Materials, then Association La Voûte, Beamcube, Biowerkz, Clean Something for Nothing, and let's begin with Adept Materials with Derek Stein. Derek, let's go.
Thank you. Moisture control. If those 2 words get your heart racing with excitement, then you're in rare company. But whether or not moisture control excites you, it's fundamental to what buildings need to be. So, okay.
Perfect.
Thank you very much. Technical assistance. Buildings are meant to last, but moisture silently attacks them from within, rotting them away over time. Buildings are meant to keep us healthy, but if mold grows, the moisture feeds mold, the mold feeds asthma and other health risks and problems. Moisture control is fundamental to our comfort. We're supposed to enjoy a starting place of balanced humidity to enjoy the experience of being inside. But there's more than that. The kicker is that moisture control is also fundamental to energy efficiency and how sustainable buildings are. Because to save on energy, we're building buildings more and more like beer coolers. Airtight, closed boxes that trap in heat, trap in air, and they trap in moisture. And the problems of moisture grow ever more severe as we make buildings more efficient. So that increased efficiency can actually blow back on us as moisture problems present themselves. So Adept Materials believes that the future should be made of buildings with materials that regulate moisture automatically. The surfaces inside a building should not just contain the air, they should help to condition it. And we have a technology that can help do that. We're launching our first product onto the market this summer, and it's a system of primer and paint with moisture control capabilities. These things will roll on just like regular paints and primers. So there's already a trained workforce able to install this upgrade. It's something that is minimally disruptive and can actually start going into public housing. It's very accessible. If I say it controls moisture, how do I get that across? The one place where everybody has experience with moisture issues is probably in the bathroom. We come in, we turn on the hot water shower, and as that hot water starts billowing out, the hot humid air causes condensation on the walls and the humidity rises. And we have just created a mold farm. What you can see is that by painting simply the ceiling of one of these containers with a technology that manages it, you can eliminate condensation and keep humidity 20% lower. The moisture that's stored and sequestered away in these materials is then available to regulate temperature, kind of like the way we regulate our own. On a hot day, the sweat from our brow evaporates and provides a nice cooling effect. Combined, humidity and temperature control can reduce energy use by up to 10%. This isn't magic, it's just mimicking what the plants behind me are doing. We have natural examples of materials that manage moisture.
To conclude,
we are delighted to be here and supported by great partners like the 2 of the largest builders in the United States.
thank you so much. Thank you. You can bring it here. Thank you. 3 minutes is really, really short to pitch your own project, so congrats on the timing. Next project is Association La Voûte Nubienne. Let's welcome Sylvia Maeg.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sylvia Mag. I'm the project development manager of the Nubienne Voûte Association. And can you imagine living in a house just made out of earth, water, and sun? And now imagine that house changing lives, fighting climate change, creating opportunities in one of the world's most vulnerable region. This is not a dream, it's the Nubienne Voûte. It's a construction technique what we are disseminating in the West Africa. The principle is very simple. The principle is very simple. We are building houses relying only on locally sourced materials. This means no cement, no steel, no nail. Just a voltage structure that is perfectly adapted to the climate. This means cool under the heat, solid in storms, and entirely low carbon. But it's not only about building houses, it's about building resilience, climate adaptation, job creation, local empowerment. So far, we have built already 7,000 Nubienne Voûtes, giving shelters and safe and adapted shelters for 7,000 families. We have avoided 100,000 tons of CO2 emission. We have trained more than 4,000 local masons. Take Issa. He's a Burkinabe farmer. He got a training and he built his first house for his mother. And now, for the first time, she has a cool place to rest during the hot season. And for the first time, he sees a future for himself, not as a migrant, but as a builder of hope. It's a powerful solution, but yet it's a drop in the ocean of needs. That's why we want to scale up, and that's why we are turning to carbon finance. We invite forward-thinking companies to partner with us, not for just traditional offsetting, but for real high-impact climate action.
Let's encourage her a little bit. Power boost, power boost.
This was a dream, and now it's a reality. It's a tested and replicable solution. And we are looking for early-stage partners, for funders, for patient investors, for change makers like you, so we can together build a future where no one is left behind.
Thank you for leaving no one behind. Congrats on your pitch. And thank you for the support. Okay, let's welcome BIMcube. Thierry, Albert, I'm waiting for your pitch.
Okay. Let's go. Okay. So, hello everybody. I'm Thierry Albert. I'm the CEO of BIMcube. BIMcube means Building Environment and Architecture, Managing, Modeling, and Manufacturing. Imagine the present of the future of a city or the territory. With urbanism, mobility, social, and economy, every KPI in one view. Imagine also a digital twin describing the complete life cycle from an industry company. Know-how, processes, tools, teams, commercial approach, etc. It describes people, ideas, data, and actions. We need to transform the industries, the activities, the territories, and globally the human activities. in a sustainable, social, environmental, economical, global approach. We need to transform individual expertise and know-how into a collective and shared intelligence. But today, every part of the approach needs data. Massive lack of data, with an increasing massive impact and a high difficulty to deliver all this intelligence to every people. BeamCube delivers this collective intelligence to SMEs and big companies, to small cities and big regions, easily in a frugal approach and an easy-to-adopt solution. All this intelligence is centralized in a new data frugal reference, the BeamCube Dynamic Digital DNA. This is a single source of truth for every actor in a collaborative environment based on European sovereign cloud from Outscale. We create the simplicity and the continuity of actions and process for every actor, easy to understand, to use, and to enrich. Digitally, we reduce from 8 to 20 times the quantity of data, from 10 to 40 less calculation for more capacity of simulations and impact evaluation before the decision of the act. Our solution, Regenetic 4, delivers a backbone approach against siloed digital solution. Less software, common environment, better collaborative interaction, holistic view for governance and actions. It's available for cities and territories holistic governance, but we applied also on industrial transformation use case, like redesigning the milk production system or delivering the accelerated way to renovate hospital buildings. Our solution is universal, and we need to accelerate in France before going to Europe.
Thank you, Thierry. You did it. Give me 5. Okay. Let's continue with Biowerkz with Nazana Saedi. Nazana, in green, I love it. Let's go.
So, have you ever asked yourself what happens to the chairs, tables, this wood that shapes our life when they reach to an end?
The mic.
It ends up as waste, and that's what we are dealing with at Biowerkz. For us, there is no such a word as waste. We treat everything as a resource, because if we don't do so, it's either burned for energy, which ends up emitting more CO2 than fossil fuels, or they end up to landfills where they gradually decompose and produce methane, a far more potent greenhouse gas than CO2. With our technology, we upcycle wood waste and agricultural waste to 100% bio-based, 100% circular, and 100% recyclable product called New Wood. New Wood is made with a variety of regional wood waste and agricultural waste, bound together with mycelium, the root network of mushroom, which basically acts as a binder here. We produce new wood in different forms, shapes, and geometry to address the needs of different industries. Our lightweight version is good for packaging, for installation, for acoustic and heat, while our medium density board is good for interior design and also for non-load bearing furnitures. We have also our high density boards, which can be structural and they can be perfect for load bearing furnitures. Our business model is a B2B model. We provide our customers ranging from furniture industry, from construction industry, also from consumable markets with new wood in basically customized shapes or standard forms. And what unique is about our business model is that it's also fully circular, meaning we collect the waste from our customers and upcycle it to a new product for them, making sure no waste is left behind. At the moment, we are engaged in several industrial pilot projects, in furniture industry, in building industry, and also for water industry, mainly focusing on packaging and heat insulation. And to make sure our pilot project runs smoothly at the moment, we are trying to raise 160,000 euro of angel investor or pre-seed money, which would be supplemented with 50% support from the government. This would help us to sustain for 18 to 24 months before we are raising a VC funding and Series A. And of course, besides creating an economic value chain for us, it's also important the impact that we can make in line with sustainable development goals. The trees we can save, the amount of CO2 we can save, and also how we can help companies to reduce the CO2 tax and also waste disposal costs. And none of this would be possible without our multidisciplinary team of funders. I am a chemical bioengineer supported by a team of funders with architecture, civil engineering background, production, manufacturing, and also product design. And with that, I would like to invite you to join us to make a change now. Thank you.
Yay. I'll join you. Congrats, thank you. Okay, last project before the Q&A session. Let's welcome Cesar González Fernandez for the project Clean Something for Nothing. Let's go.
Hello, everyone. It's a big pleasure to be here. I'm Cesar, and with my partner Lester, we are the founders of Clean Something for Nothing. We connect people to clean the planet one bag of trash at a time. We do that with a mobile app. Littering is a big problem. We dump 2.12 billion tons of trash every single year. Every single year, we dump 7 million metric tons of plastic into the ocean. We could go on and on, but if we don't do anything about it, in 2050, there'll be more plastic than fish in the oceans. In 2018, we decided to do something about it. Super simple. We pick up first bag of trash. Later, we posted on Instagram, and eventually, with our hashtag, we became viral. In 2022, we created a mobile app to understand this impact in data. And so today, we can proudly say we are in 77 countries today, and we have grown a community, all from different backgrounds, education levels, and beliefs, but fighting under the same cause. So this is the app. What can you do with this app? Super simple. You can measure, track, and share all your cleanups. You can go outside, pick up some trash, take some photos here and there, and then say how many bags you collected. But you can do much more. You have levels, you can challenges, and there is a lot of things you can do. We work with municipalities, companies, and schools. Schools, because the kids are the future, we need to ensure a good future. Municipalities use our app as a service because we activate citizens to be active in the solution against littering. How? By picking up trash, of course, but also by alerting of illegal dumps whenever they walk. And companies, we work in CSR with companies, with pick and plant. That means every kilo of trash our community collects, we plant a tree, and that's possible thanks to the companies. So far, this is our impact. We are crossing already 800,000 kilos of trash, 6,400 cleanups completed inside the app, and we also have validated some traction with companies, which allows us to keep growing, and municipalities as well. Now, I would like to ask you, if you really want to be the change you want to see in this world, clean something for nothing. Thank you so much.
Yay. Thank you very much. You can stay with me for the Q&A session. And we'll call the other project Biowerkz, BIMcube, Association La Voûte Nubienne, Adept Materials for the Q&A session. You can go over there. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so let's begin with one question for each person, and if we have more time, then we'll come back, but I don't think we'll have more time. So whenever you're ready,
I can go.
Let's go.
Okay. My question is for Biowerkz. So thank you for the presentation. Very interesting product. My question is, how does your product compare actually to more standard products, mostly in terms of durability, of performance, of certifications, and mainly as you're using mycelium as a binder, as it is a bio-based product and maybe biodegradable, how is the durability of the products over time?
Sure. So there is the lightweight version and the dense version. The lightweight version we have tested for up to 5 to 10 years with accelerated weathering test. And for the dense version, the test we have done was for up to 35 years. But of course, we did it through the accelerated weathering test. One of the prototypes we have has been there in Indonesia in a humid environment for like 6 years now, and so far we have not received any report. But of course, there is more certification and more data is required to make it a little bit more durable. Yeah.
Thank you.
I have a question for Adept Materials. First, thank you very much for your pitch. Does the product that you offer apply to all markets across the globe, or do you have specific markets that you concentrate on? And if so, or are there markets where your product might be a problem solver, but it might be considered a luxury good? And how would you overcome that?
So we're going to launch in the United States because that's where we're based and we want to build traction there. We see lots of possibility to expand. I had a great conversation with the Deputy Mayor of London today, and speaking of specific problems, public housing has huge problems with mold in places like London. Other interests has come from places like Singapore. Their Housing Development Board, 1 million public housing units there, all looking for solutions. When we launch, we'll be at the premium end, but as time goes by and we scale, we'll be able to bring costs down, and we want to be the most cost-effective way of solving these problems. Retrofits are very expensive otherwise.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Maybe I can go next on a question for Clean Something for Nothing. Maybe you can elaborate a little bit more on your monetization strategy.
Right. So municipalities, app as a service, they pay initial fee to set up and then monthly fee per. We count it per habitants to have an idea about €1 per habitant. For companies, we do, in one hand, physical workshops, cleanups with the employees in Luxembourg, and on the other end, pick and plant, which simply they give us money. In exchange, we plant trees, and we provide reports of kilos collected because we have all the data from the app. And they can do that in many ways. They can say, okay, every attendee to this event plants a tree and helps remove 1 kilo. Every product sold, every survey you fill, on and on.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll have one here.
Yes, hello. So this is for La Voûte. I wanted to know, thank you for the presentation, it was great. What's the cost of building a new house compared to a traditional house built in the countries you operate? And how can you scale the constructions of all of these houses?
Traditional houses, the real traditional houses are not possible anymore because of wood disappearance. So all the people need to rely on sheet metal roof, which is really not a good solution. And the needs for housing is huge. It's the population is increasing it's the part of the world where the population is increasing the faster. So the needs are very unlimited.
Thank you.
Yeah.
One last question.
Yeah, quick question for BeamCube. You quickly touched upon it, but can you elaborate a little bit on which clients you serve and what is maybe your best or your dream client?
Sorry, but I
what is your ideal client that you can serve?
Today, our main goal are small cities because most of territories have principal cities, but all the small cities all around has no tools simple to evaluate, to compare, and to manage the different activities of the cities. But they are the main actors of the development, of the reorganizations of the territories, etc., etc. This is our first goal in a city view. The other end are the SMEs, because most of SMEs today, as in the end, the best know-how to grow, to transform, to accelerate the renovation of housing, etc., etc. But they do not have the industrial approach, the industrial management to be able to deliver this growth.
Last question over here. Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you. I have a question to Clean Something for Nothing. Thank you for your contribution. I appreciate your contribution for waste management. But I think picking is one thing, but recycling is another. So how do you educate your customer to do some to recycle for waste? And what is your business model to target the consumers and to make your plan long-term sustainability? Thank you.
Thank you. Indeed, first question is very good, and I don't have an answer. So now we track the picking, but we don't track the disposal. But we're working on ways that makes it easy, because if it's not easy, we are not going to be able to make it. And for the second question, how do we bring more volunteers to the app? We rely on PR, social media, organic. Hope for the best. Now we're talking with media and doing PR pro bono, and that we think that's going to help us.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your question. Thank you for your answers. We'll see you on the networking area with the juries after the end of the second session. Thank you so much. Okay, 5 more pitches to go. The next one is Cassetex. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's welcome Gopal Kumar Mohato.
And you may know that the batteries are everywhere because of the need of urban mobility. We are seeing batteries almost in every applications, electrifying every urban mobility needs. But the problem is that when these numbers are increasing of different size, different shape, different chemistry of battery, what is the future? How we can expect a organized urban mobility system? Just imagine that you have a two-wheeler that is run by a battery pack, and the same battery pack is used in an agriculture equipment. Isn't it fantastic? So we have a battery pack for multiple applications, and it's sustainable, and we have many opportunities to grow. So we are doing this. We are doing this in Bangladesh and Nepal, and we are integrating renewable energy, then IoT technology, so that each battery can be charged with renewable energy that is traceable, data is monitorable, and we have a whole life cycle management of every battery pack. So this is a single cabinet that looks like our shopping cabinet. These cabinets are owned by our franchisee partner. We are calling them micro energy entrepreneurs because they are the women in the local communities are owning these charging stations. We are giving lease these batteries. Battery is always owned by Cassetex, and we are giving this battery as rentals so that the users only pay for the battery as they use, not for the battery pack. These are the applications that we have already integrated our battery packs. We have the first one, we have 4 million of these vehicles in Bangladesh. As the last mile tuk-tuks or last mile three-wheelers, it's known as tuk-tuk also. And we have retrofitted agriculture equipments with the same battery pack. And we are also in the light commercial segment as electric trucks. So in the last year, we have grown 10 times, and we are looking for more. And carbon emissions, we are planning to mitigate almost all the urban mobility segment that is running on the national grid to renewable. So that is a mission of 1.3 megaton of, we have a mission of 1.3 megaton of emitting the carbon emissions. And we have already raised 1.6 million a few months ago. And now we are in a way of raising another 2 million and 5 million in infrastructure loans or debt. This is our team. I am the co-founder and CTO. I am Gopal Kumar Mohato. And my friends often call me Dr. Fix-It. And with your help, I can fix the climate change. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Gopal. Okay, next project is Le Jardin Qui Nourrit, which means in French, the garden that feeds us. Let's welcome Hugues de Saint-Quentin. Enjoy your pitch.
Good afternoon, all. So if you think of a vegetable garden, the first thing that comes to mind is probably a tomato or a lettuce. But if you add permaculture to the mix, it can become so much more. It can become actually a solution that can shape our cities in the future and make them livable. Why? Because a permaculture vegetable garden has three main benefits. First, it will bring nature back into the city, restoring biodiversity and helping tackle climate change and adapt our infrastructures. Second, it will enhance well-being of the tenants, providing local source of food and also a space for physical activity. And third, it will also strengthen social bonds that will give a place for people to connect and through shared experiences. So actually, a vegetable garden is a perfect solution, is a game changer for sustainable urban living. And that's why it's a perfect fit for real estate projects. So what do we do? First, we do two things. First, we design and implement the vegetable garden using permaculture. So we make sure that they deliver all the benefits that I just talked about. But second, we go further. We mobilize and support and train residents in permaculture. Why? Because a vegetable garden is like a swimming pool. If you set up a swimming pool and nobody can swim, it's pointless. A vegetable garden is the same. If you set up a vegetable garden, you got to make sure that people know how to use it. So that's what we do. We train them and we teach them permaculture to empower them to cultivate and enjoy their garden. It's actually a major part of our solution because we are trying to help people shift to more sustainable practices and reconnect them with nature. Our clients are all the real estate companies, whether they are real estate developers or social landlords or municipalities. We operate through a very streamlined and flexible structure with a centralized structure and a network of local contractors that allow us to operate all over the country. We generate both one-time revenues with the implementation and the design of each garden and recurring revenues ongoing with the training session for the residents. Today we're looking for 500K to help expand our operation and continue reimagining the way we live in cities. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. You can go that way. Thank you. Okay, let's welcome Seeds on Wheels and Joao Pedro. Joao?
Well,
it's your time.
it's working? Okay.
Yes, it is.
Let's
can
do
hear
it.
you.
Hello, I'm João, founder of Seeds on Wheels, and we believe events should grow roots, not just applause. Our vision is to build resilient, educated, and united communities through the power of food. Why food? Simple, because it's the great connector, the unifying language that cuts across age, income, and culture. But we live in a paradox. Everyone eats, but yet most are disconnected from food and its impacts on our health and planet. The system is broken and needs urgent change. Food is key, but only with engagement and education. The big question is, how do we bring together city leaders, local players, and everyday people into the food transition? This is Seeds on Wheels. We transform how communities engage with food through pop-up events and tactical placemaking. We educate, connect, and inspire sustainable, healthy, and local food choices. Each edition is unique, place-based, and designed to leave something behind. At each event, we activate three key groups. Our clients who bring us in and help set the stage, local food champions such as chefs, producers, and NGOs who lead the activities and share their stories, and finally, the communities who show up to learn, eat, and connect. In this process, we map the local ecosystem, co-design an agenda, and give food champions the spotlight. Then we bring it all together in a vibrant, free public events where food becomes a tool for learning and belonging. We ran 3 public experiments, 2 in Lisbon, 1 in Coimbra, each with a different scale and setting. from a full day event, campus event at Nova with show cookings and food talks, to a street activation with a music collective with seed bomb workshops and food tastings, to an intimate book launch with food and conversations. Different places, different partners, but they all proved one thing: this model works. In just 3 events, we engaged hundreds of people, supported dozens of local food actors, and we tracked real impact.
What is W?
Participation, space activation.
So this is your fruit?
Sorry, participation, space activation, new partnerships, and local food ecosystems mapped. We are ready to grow. Our goal, a scalable model that cities can adapt, treating food as a critical infrastructure. If you believe food is at the heart of collective change, let's sow something together. In uncertain times, events can do more than gather people. They can shift systems. And so, food is our leverage point. Join the movement. Let's grow this together. Thank you.
Thank you, Joao. Yeah, you can applaud that. And the next one is William Leif van Brisbane. Let's welcome the project Small Farm Cities Africa.
I'd like to begin by asking you all a favor. If you could all close your eyes and imagine that you woke up in a village hut in Malawi, Africa. You look up and you see a thatched roof leaking from last night's rain. You inhale and you smell the smell of smoke from last night's fire. You look and you see a wall made of mud, and as you roll off your mat, your feet touch the wet earth floor on the ground. You walk 30 minutes to your field, where you're preparing groundnuts, maize, and soya, and work every day in the sun. You can open your eyes. This is the lived experience of 4 out of 5 Malawians every single day, and 1 billion Africans. This experience, 4 out of 5 Malawians are subsistence smallholder farmers. 4 out of 5 live in inadequate housing, and less than 1% have access to finance. What this shows is that poverty is multidimensional, and that's why it's so difficult to break out. At Small Farm Cities, we're building another way. We build communities that address this multidimensional problem with a holistic solution. We pair affordable housing with agriculture so that Malawians can become home and business owners. We build homes for $1,000 US. That is 1/10 of the price of most affordable homes that you'll see on the market. We use stabilized soil bricks for the walls and utilize local talent to build them. We then offer a mortgage because $1,000 is still not affordable for most people. We then work with the families to cultivate the land around their home so that they can grow high-value crops. These crops then are harvested, sold to market, and then serve as a way for income, food security, and then a way to service the mortgage. Essentially what we do is we build homes, communities, and then a way to pay for them, all in one. We have 150 employees to date, 2 sites with a 200-person capacity, and right now we're looking to start to expand to build turnkey solutions across Africa. What we do is we work with nonprofits and NGOs, businesses, foundation, industrial projects. We consult to understand their needs, the capital, the budget, and then we go ahead and master plan and build it. We build everything from scratch, do the agronomy trainings, and then hand it over to them, or we ourselves then continue to manage it. What we're looking to do now is to move into the refugee space and with IDPs. We believe small farm cities are a better way than doing refugee camps. We're looking to get into city slumming and provide alternatives to city slumming. And we're looking to provide components to disruptive activities, whether that's mining activities or industrial projects that are displacing people. We believe that small farm cities can be a better way to deal with this. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, William. Are you ready for the last speech? Okay, it's called Toit de Paris. Let's welcome Constance Fichet-Schultz.
Hello, everyone. So let's go. 2019. Notre Dame is burning. A cathedral that has stood for centuries is consumed by flame. We watch, powerless, as centuries of memory turn to ash. But here's the truth. This doesn't just happen in catastrophes. Every single day we destroy our heritage. Not with fire, but with dumpsters. Yeah, tons of materials are discarded every day, not because they're broken or not because they lost their value, but simply because we don't reuse them. But I have good news. The future of materials is already here on our building, waiting for a second life. And the good news, we are powerful. Yes, regulations are shifting. Cities are looking for sustainable solutions. And we at TOIT de Paris are specialized on roof materials. Zinc, slate, tiled, copper, noble, durable, full of history. So why we don't throw them away? Because we don't sort them. Waterproof materials can be reused as roof again. Non-waterproof materials can be repurposed as signage. So this is how we do it. We collect materials on a construction site, we sort them on our storage center, and we deliver for a future project. But why now? Because war, climate change, health crisis, all come at a cost. Skyrocketing prices, materials shortages, damaged roof. It's time to act. Okay, so let's do something. Stop wasting, start reusing. Roof materials aren't structure, it's, strategic reserves. This urban mine is our insurance against crisis. And the best part, it's cost effective, low carbon, and create jobs. Yay! These materials are abundant in France, across Europe. So reusing 30% of French tires can remove 20,000 cars off the road. Like that. My name is Constance, and I'm the founder of TOIT de Paris. And I want something very simple, that tomorrow you will have a roof over your head, protecting you and your family, no matter what happens. Thank you.
Thank you, Constance. You can stay with me. It's time for the second Q&A, and we'll welcome the other project as well. TOIT de Paris, you can come, Constance. Small farm cities from Africa, seeds on wheels, le Jardin Qui Nourrit, and Cassetex. Please come around me. Dear jury, are you ready? Once again, one question for each feature from each one of you.
I have a question for the garden project. How do you maintain, or how do you ensure long-term maintenance of the garden? You said you train the people, but is that enough?
Yeah, exactly. The trick is we don't maintain the garden. We teach people, we empower them so they can take care of their own garden. Actually, we provide them with a garden. We provide them with a solution to feed themselves and enjoy nature, reconnect, have a different way of life within the city. So that's the key, is mobilizing, onboarding them, and making sure they are trained enough and savvy enough to enjoy their garden. Most of the people who have a vegetable garden in their home, they never stop. They do that their whole life. So that's the key.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I have a question for Le Toit de Paris.
Thank you.
So thank you for the very engaged presentation. My question is about the reuse, actually, of those materials of roofs. So you said that all waterproof material can be reused, I guess, as roofing materials. Can you elaborate a bit on that? What type of materials they can be used for? Is there a market traction? How do they compare to standard products?
Yes, of course. So basically what we are doing is other industry doing this, like reusing waterproof materials is because we know the condition is okay to reuse them. And also because roofers have been doing that for centuries on individual home, on a monument. So we base on the know-how and also will test each batch on a laboratory. So yeah, we decide to have two different models. One reuse, so we sell reclaimed materials, and another one when we transform them when it's non-waterproof to signage or landscaping on facade. I hope I answer your question.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
I have a question for Cassetex. You showed very impressive growth already. I was wondering if you could elaborate on the biggest operational challenges with scaling further.
Okay, so being from a developing country is always a challenge to introduce new technology. So we are working in this sector for the last 4 years, and then we didn't have any support network to support us in technology, in software or hardware. So we had to start from scratch, building our own platform that right now, if we were willing to invest, we have a platform ready that you will be investing in the battery packs, and you have the data that you can see that's where are the battery packs, how they are operating, what is the life cycle, how much revenue each battery pack is generating. So developing this platform was the biggest challenge.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I have a question for a small city farm. Super cool project, and also congrats on moving into the refugee space. I think that's cool, a good idea. I understand that you're from the US, and so I was wondering what in the team makes you best fit for a Malawi kind of go-to-market?
Yeah, so in affordable housing space, there's major players, there's a Habitat for Humanity, those sorts of players that are there. I think a lot of it, people come from a Western perspective for affordable housing in Africa. They expect certain things with a home. And what we've done actually, our backstory is our first homes actually came from those displaced by Cyclone Freddy. So it wiped out most of the country. We then actually went, talked with refugees, understood what had happened to them, how did their homes fall apart, and then with them actually rebuilt and did our first homes. And so we have 150 employees, 20 of them are managers, senior managers who are all Malawians. And so we've kind of broken in through the market by
they have different taste for food. So how do you expand your business? Different market.
Can you repeat? Sorry.
Yeah, how do you tackle the cultural difference in while you expand your business to different countries? Because in different countries, we enjoy different food. In Asia, we live in a rice-based country, society. Here, wheat-based society. So how do you tackle this?
Okay, I get it. Our model, so this project is for the locals, by the locals. So the idea is to bring the local players that are already working on food system transitions, producers, chefs, gardeners, consumers, waste management. Doesn't matter the food system phase, we are bringing all the local actors. So concerning the culture, of course, we are going to bring that culture, including difference from neighbor to neighbor. So we have like a trailer, and you go through from different places. We go where the people are living their lives. We do the event there. We bring the local players, and of course, I'm not going to do an event here in Paris and bring bacalhau from Portugal or pastel de nata. That's not the idea. The idea is to give stage to the local players, so we can follow. And we leave the seeds. So we are leaving seeds and building something, and strengthening the eco food system. That's the idea. So yeah, it's going to be always different, and that's why it's place-based.
Thank you very much. We'll take the other questions in the networking area, if that's fine by you. Thank you very much. Congrats on your projects again, and we'll see you at the networking area with the jury later. Jury, one last thing to do for you, elect your coup de cœur, the project that you prefer, the impact that you want to support, and the project will be able to pitch tomorrow at the other scene over there. Thank you so much for being with us, and we'll continue with another pitch session in 1 minute, so you can stay with us if you'd like.